The U.S. Cybersecurity Agency has warned of, quote, great risk to government and private networks after hackers accessed computer systems of dozens of organizations and federal agencies. The Cybersecurity Agency says the hack has compromised federal agencies and critical infrastructure in a sophisticated attack. Treasury, the State Defense, the Energy, and Commerce departments are among the agencies hacked. The National Nuclear Security Administration has reportedly been hacked too. President Donald Trump has made no official comment, but Secretary of State Mike Pompeo has blamed Russia. Moscow has denied any involvement. U.S. President-elect Joe Biden has described the cybersecurity breach as a matter of great concern. He said his team would impose substantial costs on parties responsible for such attacks. For more on that, we're joined by Max Parry, investigative journalist, who is live with us from New York. Mr. Parry, we're shocked to hear this news, and what does that show about the national security the U.S. is so proud about?
Well, at the risk of sounding redundant, here we have yet another accusation coming from Washington pointed at Moscow of cyber espionage, but of course without the support of any evidence provided whatsoever. And but this has been a recurring theme. But what is, I would say, is notably unique about this particular incident, or separates it from previous instances where the Kremlin has been fingered for cyber breaches, is that if you actually take a look at the cybersecurity assessment, not just the one by SolarWinds, but also by the firm FireEye, which has the U.S. government as one of its clients, their assessment given regarding this breach where malware was distributed throughout its network, its analysis does not itself identify any particular country or state actor. And so even though Mike Pompeo did suggest Russia's involvement, the actual analysis itself doesn't make that assessment. And really, based on what even the U.S. government, the National Security Agency has said, it's really largely been coming from the media, which is creating a scenario here. And it's decided that Russia's to blame, even though it's based on the capabilities. It's entirely within the realm of possibility that the state actor responsible could be other countries, which in greater likelihood would be Israel or even China, not Russia. So if you disregard what Pompeo said or what the boilerplate media reports on this hack are, and take a look at the actual analysis by FireEye itself, none of them have named any specific country or said the evidence points to Russia. So, this is just yet another accusation coming from Washington without any evidence to support it.
Parry, how large do you think the scale of this cyber attack was?
Well, it's pretty extensive. I mean, it penetrated, not just SolarWinds, but also the network of this firm FireEye, which has numerous U.S. government agencies as its clients. But again, the media is citing the so-called expertise of individual security experts who do have an anti-Russian agenda or biases, and have enormous undisclosed conflicts of interest, and they're just transcribing in shorthand what their determinations are. It's not coming from the actual analysis itself. And this to me is very troubling because the media has already been, just repeating verbatim the claims of the intelligence community regarding Russia. But now it seems like even when the U.S. government isn't necessarily even saying that it's Russia, the media is just already assuming that it is and creating something itself. So not only are they not holding, the U.S. intelligence community and its frequent claims against Russia under any scrutiny, they're now actually just creating the scenario themselves. So, the media really needs to be held accountable here because and not be allowed to just get away with this because this is just classic yellow press, and they're, they really need to be held accountable because this has very serious consequences considering it's reignited a new arms race, and it's resulting in unprecedented tensions between the U.S. and Russia that harken back to the height of the Cold War.
Thank you very much, Mr. Max Parry, investigative journalist, joining us live from New York.